We've talked before about sibling conflicts on this channel, but I want to talk to you about one specific type of sibling conflict that I hear about often. It's when that older child in a family has a younger sibling that's just driving them nuts. Then that younger sibling is doing things to kind of annoy that older sibling. There's times where parents come to me and say, I wish that older kid would just act their age. They get down their level, they get right into it too. If I could just get that older kid to do the right thing, oh, this would be easier. I get it. And that's what this video is about, helping you have the resources you need to help that older sibling. I've got 5 ways you can help the older sibling at their age so you can help them reduce the sibling conflicts in your family. Hi, everyone. I'm BJ Muir, and I'm a parenting coach who works with families to help them implement a heart-based approach to parenting. So we're not just looking at children's behavior, but looking to see change at the heart as well. And as we get into this topic, I want to start out by admitting some limitations to this video. We're not going to be talking about what we should do with that younger sibling. Yes, there's some things we need to do with that younger sibling. That's better for a different video. This video, I want to help you with the older sibling in the relationship because there's a lot that God's calling them to that can really make a difference in the sibling conflict and in the relationship they have with Jesus, with you, and with their sibling. And to help you remember these 5 different things you can do with your child, I'm going to lay this out with an acronym called PEACE because we want to see more peace in family life. So the P stands for pray. We want our older sibling to be praying for their younger sibling. It's not enough to say you need to get along. We want to challenge our older siblings in our family to truly follow Jesus Christ in all the ways he calls us to. And one of the things he calls us to do is to pray for others. And so when that older sibling is in conversation with us, we want to help them to understand their responsibility to be praying for that younger sibling, even when that younger sibling is doing things that's getting under their skin, to ask Jesus to give them his heart for them so they could look for ways to serve. So praying for their younger sibling is an important first step of helping them get their hearts right. The second thing that older sibling can do is E, express honor. We've talked about honor on this channel before. I'll put a link or 2 down below as well. But honor really is treating others as special, doing more than what's expected, and having a good attitude. There's lots of stories about honor in the Bible. I always go to Rebecca at the well. When a stranger shows up and asks for a glass of water, she offers to water his whole herd of camels as well, showing honor to this stranger, treating him as special and doing more than what's expected. And she had a good attitude. That's honor. And the way Jesus lives his life completely is honor. He does all those things I listed before. But we want to challenge our older siblings to look for ways to honor their younger siblings. They shouldn't be talking about it and bragging about it in any way. Just look for ways to serve and honor, even when that younger sibling may not deserve it. That's the call of discipleship. To follow Jesus means to serve others, even when sometimes they don't deserve it at those points, because we've all at some point haven't deserved God's love either, but he loves us no matter what. So looking for ways to honor your siblings is important. If you've never done honor in your family, haven't defined it, I wouldn't recommend starting out with this. I have a freebie down below I'll put that you can grab and look for ways to introduce honor overall in your family. But once it's established in your family, yes, we want to challenge our older siblings to look for ways to honor their younger siblings in small but important ways. That could look like making a bed. It could look like giving them the better seat in the car. It could look like lots of things. But looking for ways to honor is a way to place relationship first and build into the relationship in ways that are necessary. So P stands for pray for your sibling. E, express honor to them. A is to actively build into the relationship or actively connect with your sibling. We're going to challenge our older sibling in our family to look for ways to connect with their younger sibling. So this helps by helping your older sibling think about, what does that younger sibling like to do? Is that younger sibling a Lego builder? Get on the floor and start building with Legos. Do they like to ride bikes? Take them out for a bike ride. But think about what that younger sibling likes to do and look for ways to connect and build relationship. Invite them also into the things you're doing. So if you're the older sibling and you're playing a video game or you're reading something or you're just playing something, invite that sibling in. Offer them the opportunity to connect, because the more positive interactions we can have, the more positive deposits we're putting in the relationship. The closer we draw together, the closer the relationship can be, the more it can withstand when conflict occurs. So the more we can build a positive side of the relationship, the stronger the relationship gets. If you're finding this video helpful so far, let me and the algorithm know. Go ahead and hit that like button. The fourth thing we want to teach in the PEACE acronym is how to communicate with grace and understanding. Now, there's a couple of pieces to this one point. The first piece we need to help our older children remember is that at one point in life, they were younger too. A lot of times, older siblings can look back at what their younger siblings are doing and just shake their heads and can't believe what they're doing and things like that, or get annoyed at things they see. We need to help those children extend some grace and understand they were there at one point too. And so they want to extend grace to that younger sibling. But on top of that, we need to help our older siblings learn how to communicate with their younger brothers or sisters. And so we want to teach them those conflict resolution skills, like showing them ways to approach rather than just getting annoyed. Because a lot of older kids will just get annoyed, throw up their hands, yell about it, or get a little passive aggressive about it, something like that, rather than going to that younger sibling and saying something about it. Saying something like, I feel upset when you go in my room without permission. Please stay out of my room in the future. Something as simple as that basic I message. We need to teach that to our older siblings. I can hear you already, though. You're saying, yes, BJ, I've taught that to my kid, but they tried it a few times. It didn't work. So now they just gave up on it. I get it. There's plenty of them that do that. We need to give them the next step. Yes, there's times where children need to just ignore something, right? We can ignore things sometimes, an annoying noise that someone's making or a habit we don't love, but like, big deal. I can move on with that. But sometimes we need to confront things. And we teach those skills, those I messages, to confront without anger. But that doesn't mean that always works. Whether they are older or younger siblings, sometimes they just don't listen. And so that's where we need to also tell them, you need to come get an adult's help. And that really gets us into E. The last E in P stands for enlisting parents. There are times where we're going to teach our children how to confront their younger sibling in a peaceful way. But there's times where the younger sibling just isn't going to listen. And we need to make sure that we are enlisted to help the situation. We're asking a lot of our older siblings. We're asking them to pray for their sibling. We're asking them to engage in honoring acts. We're asking them to actively look to connect. We're asking them to be peaceful about the way they confront and address things. All of that, that's a lot for any kid to take on. So they need to know they're not alone, that we're not just wiping our hands of this and saying, you've got to be better. No, we are here to help. They need to know we see what they're struggling with, and we want to help bring resolution to the whole situation. Not to take sides with the younger one or the older one, but to bring resolution to everything. And so we need to know they're free to come get us and enlist our help. That when they've tried to confront a sibling, they can come to us and say, hey, I've been talking to my brother about not going in my room. He keeps going in my room. Can I have your help? Absolutely. Now, when they enlist us, we don't want to go into that situation. Little bonus here. We don't want to go into that situation and just be like, hey, you need to stop. No. We want to help the older and younger sibling engage in the conversation themselves. And so, yes, we're enlisted to help, but we're helping them. When a player is on a basketball court and they're struggling in playing a game and they go to the coach saying, Coach, I'm not so sure how to shoot the ball this way or how to defend this player or whatever it might be, the coach doesn't go out onto the court and play the game. The coach teaches the player how to do it and sends them back out on the court. But the player has to do it. The coach doesn't leave the game now and let them just go do it. No, the coach is still there on the sidelines, coaching away, helping them out. That's what we've got to do. We've got to not just jump into the situation and try to be the referee and solve it all. We want to be that coach, helping the conversation happen. Sometimes, yes, being there in the conversation, but constantly looking for ways to get the other two, the players, to talk. That's how we get enlisted correctly as parents. God's designed our family as the relationship training ground for life. What we learn in relationships and how we relate to each other in our home goes with us forever. And so we want to help our children learn how to work with each other, learn how to resolve conflicts and everything else. In fact, I've got a free parenting webinar coming up all about sibling conflicts. If you're interested in attending that, check out the link down below. And once you're done registering for that, go ahead and check this out.